Russell Westbrook went from the worst contract in the NBA to maybe the best contract in the NBA. Russell Westbrook did the impossible. Before we go to what the impossible is, can you believe he said these words? Ain't nobody better than me coming off the bench in this league. These are words spoken by Russell Westbrook himself. The same Russell Westbrook who didn't want to come off the bench for the Lakers and then was forced to come off the bench for the Lakers. The Clippers are 7-2 since Westbrook returned from hand surgery on March 25th, and that's despite Kawhi Leonard missing 5 straight games with knee inflammation. But what is impossible that Russell Westbrook achieved? Well, he went from the worst contract in the NBA to possibly the best contract in the NBA. $41 million a year for the Lakers to $850K on the Clippers, and now up to $3 million a year after his extension, which is still a bargain for Russell Westbrook. So let's examine. But first, make sure you like and subscribe. So the first thing I want to say is the more I watch the NBA, the more I realize that the best teams do have players who accept their role. Whatever team that might be, whether that guy is an aging superstar, an actual superstar, a role player, whatever that player might be, he just has to accept his freaking role. And that's what Russell Westbrook did, which seemed impossible because he didn't seem like a guy who was ready just to be a guy coming off the bench. But he's done that. And it took him a while to accept the new role, which is understandable, right? Because if you think about Russell Westbrook, I know maybe at UCLA, he didn't really have the best stats, but wherever he played, high school, he was the best player on the team, and he was able to have the ball. His role wasn't to be coming off the bench. With the Thunder, his role was to be, at one point, the second to Kevin Durant. He had a hard time accepting that. Then when he left, he won the MVP award. But now that he's accepted the role of actually coming off the bench, his value has skyrocketed. And I can't believe I'm saying that. There's no one who's been more, like, watching basketball, more critical of Russell Westbrook for being a guy who just doesn't get it. But right now, the dude gets it. And there's some guy out there who deserves a shit ton of credit for turning Russell Westbrook into a guy who can actually, like, look at this. Russell Westbrook is accepting his role as a sixth man and probably be playing as, like, the best guy off the bench in the league. And who do you have to give credit to where credit is due? That has to be to Ty Lue, because Ty Lue has got Russell Westbrook to buy into this role. Ty Lue has got Russell Westbrook saying, it's all right, I'll come off the bench. Ty Lue deserves a freaking award for being the first person in the history of basketball to convince Russell Westbrook you're no longer a superstar. But that doesn't mean he can't contribute. The game on Tuesday against the Phoenix Suns, he dropped his first triple-double of the season, but it wasn't a usual Russell Westbrook when he was on the Thunder triple-double just collecting stats. It was actually a meaningful and full of value triple-double as the Clippers literally blew the Suns out of the building. And you know what's the weird thing about Russell Westbrook? He is not the best player on the Clippers. Kawhi Leonard is better than Russell Westbrook right now. Paul George is better than Russell Westbrook right now. James Harden, who got the starting spot when he got traded over to the Clippers, is better than Russell Westbrook right now. But you know what Russell Westbrook is that none of those guys really are? A vocal leader. Russell Westbrook is a leader that is absolutely fantastic. He's a leader because sometimes you just need a vibes guy on your team, and that's what Russell Westbrook is. He is the vibes of the Los Angeles Clippers. He's the guy who gets them going. He's the dog who will go in and yell at the other team. He's a guy who's not going to back down from anyone. He's the guy who's running LA. He's from LA. He's from the neighborhood. He's from where the Clippers are, and he's representing LA and the Clippers away with full leadership. And I can't believe I'm saying this. He did the impossible. Russell Westbrook went from the worst contract in the NBA when he was with the Lakers, untradeable basically, traded and cut, to where now he's playing on one of the best contracts in the NBA for the Los Angeles Clippers. And the Clippers, well, they're having their best regular season since the Kawhi Leonard and Paul George era started. And that's fantastic for the Clippers, and you got to feel good that you built this team the right way going into it next year, where they're going into their own arena, where they're going to be the stars of their own place. And God, man, it just feels good if you're a Clippers fan and you see Russell Westbrook doing this. I don't know if it'll be sustainable in the playoffs. I don't know if it's going to make a playoff run. But Russell Westbrook has bought in And that goes a lot of credit not only to Ty Lue, but you got to give credit where credit's due to Russell Westbrook. All right, my name is George on Tap. This is my basketball channel, Hoops on Tap. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate you watching here all the way to the end. Hit that like button, comment in who deserves more credit, Ty Lue or Russell Westbrook.